What's going on, Jets fans? Appreciate you stopping in. I know we're on to Cleveland, but it took me a while to digest the Baltimore game, and I know I overreacted, and I'm going to try not to do it in the future, but it's tough for me, man. When the Jets lose, it ruins my Monday and Tuesday. I'm miserable for 48 hours, no matter what. No matter how they lose, no matter who they lose to, no matter what the point spread was, what the expectation was of them realistically winning that game. Every day at kickoff, once that ball is in the air, I feel like we should win and we got a chance to win. And maybe I can't help it. It's been over 2 decades watching this team, and that's how it is. The first half of my week is fully dependent on the Jets winning or losing. Now, I did get a chance to rewatch the game with the all 22 footage, and there are some things you could take away from it that you really like. Like the reasons that we lost, not all of them are super, super concerning. I think some of them could be outliers. All right. Now, number one, the defense was absolutely great. Anyone saying the defense was not great was not watching the same game as me, personally. Specifically, the corners, no separation allowed. None. I mean, where's defensively, could we go from 32nd to, I don't know, top 15, top 12? Why not? Where's the hole on this defense? To me, the hole is free safety. That's it. You got 10 starters that are either average or above average at their positions. Now, we don't have a game record quite yet. Could Quinny Williams or Carl Lawson maybe show that they could be that guy? We'll see. But it's solid across the board. It's deep. And week one, they look like a disciplined, well-coached unit. In my opinion, they did. Now, offensively, it wasn't a complete and utter disaster because Michael Carter, running back, was the best offensive player that took the field on Sunday, not named Lamar Jackson. He's got that Leon Washington factor in him, man. The perfect third down back. He was averaging 6 yards a pop. Did a lot in the receiving game. Obviously had the big drop late. He was special with the ball in his hands. He was. The wide receivers, oh my God, it's so frustrating to watch this game, man. They really could have won it. And I know we say that every week, but my God, watch it. It is so frustrating because the wide receivers are open. Like Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson and even Corey Davis, who runs hot and cold with the fans. These guys were getting open, and either Joe Flacco missed a throw, he wasn't patient enough in his reads, or he was already getting hit in the face because the offensive line was so bad. And so those 3 things, to me, like Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, getting open. Michael Carter can run the ball. Now, the reasons that we lost, it really comes down to a few guys. Number one, Joe Flacco was awful. I know the offensive line plays into that too, but we can't sugarcoat it. Joe Flacco was putrid. He did nothing well. Right? Even the interception that he threw, that Cager fell down, that was going to be a bad ball. He was missing check down, skipping him in the dirt. He was deciding to try and run when he has no mobility. He was holding on to the ball too long when he should have gotten rid of it quicker. He was checking down too soon when he should have been patient for open, deep routes. He was awful. And I'm looking in there and I'm trying to imagine, okay, could Zach Wilson turn the corner there? Would Zach Wilson pull the trigger and let it rip with Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore? That was my takeaways. When Zach Wilson comes back, he's going to have a really good running back behind him, Michael Carter, and he's going to have guys in Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, and Garrett Wilson that can separate. Now, when Zach Wilson does get back, is that offensive line going to be fixed? This second reason, biggest reason the Jets lost besides Joe Flacco, Laken Tomlinson played the worst game maybe of his football life. I mean, he did a GVR impression. I don't know what that was. I don't know if there's an injury we don't know about, because he gave up more pressures in that game than he did almost all of last year. And I don't want to hear about practice time or continuity because it was just being physically overmatched. So I have a decade resume on Laken Tomlinson that tells me he's a rock at guard. So I got to believe that's an aberration. He didn't forget how to play football over the summer. And he's not that old. He just turned 30. And another reason why the Jets lost is Fant. That one I'm more worried about. Okay, Fant's got to play better. Not sure if he's fully healthy. Okay, so the offense, you're really judging the struggles based on 3 players, in my opinion. A 37-year-old quarterback who's not going to be on your team next year, and it isn't going to be starting for more than a week or 2. Laken Tomlinson, who we all can be confident is going to bounce back. And then Fant, that's definitely a big question mark going forward, the health. And then it was last year an aberration with his good play. So you're really concerned at one position on offense after that showing. As crazy as that sounds, it's just left tackle you're kind of worried about. And that's a big position. I get that. Mike LaFleur, loved what he did last year. I think the Jets finishing where they did offensively last year in terms of yards gained was actually an overachievement. So where's the panic button? After I've had a few days to think about it, where's the panic button? Because are we really going to freak out about this offense and how it looks with Joe Flacco quarterbacking it when he has no future on this team? And then defensively, the touchdowns are really, well, first of all, there's only so long the defense can hang in there. They're getting no help from the offense and the special teams. All right. But LaMarcus Joyner, he's the biggest culprit. His days are numbered. Okay. He can't be the last line of this defense for much longer. He was single-handedly responsible for like 2 touchdowns with the blown coverage and the long play allowed, but everybody else looked really good. Everybody else did their job, literally. Everybody else made a big play, besides Joyner. And then the final reason was the sloppy ball security, the drops, the fumbles, and the rain, which the Ravens did some of that too. The Jets did more of it. The Ravens handled the elements better. They did, of course. And then the special teams. So you're looking, okay, do we get a new punter? Can Greg Zuerlein return to form? And then we're worrying about maybe trying to give an Ashton Davis or Tony Adams experiment a free safety and then checking on the health of George Fant. Those are the question marks on this team. And if you rewind to a year ago, the question marks on this team were everything. Everything. Right? Besides Carl Lawson, then he gets hurt. Besides Marcus May, and then he gets hurt. Right? So I think after I rewatched it, I had a few days to calm down because I was super pumped up for the game and to fly down there and be there. And I was so disappointed and pissed off. But it was about as many silver linings as you could possibly pull from a game that was really disappointing and we were down 21. It's not panic time yet. And I'll try and do better of keeping a cool head for you guys. No guarantees, though. And go Jets.